whooping you!
Warrior, struggling to remain consequential.
Hey, good morning. It's Uncle Lou here. That's right. It's me, Uncle Lou. Live for you on LouTube today. Hey, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it also. And to an addition to that as well, welcome to Uncle Lou After Dark, the college football call-in show. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Been doing it for a long time. 706-786-4481, 706-786-4481. All the phone lines are full right now. Best way to try to get on is to try to call in as someone else is ending their call. A little bit of luck involved, but a lot of you have managed to figure it out. Some of you figure it out every single week. So, congratulations for that. Morning show, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 8 a.m. And lunch money with me and Pigskin Pete every Monday night at 10. That's the live schedule. Right now I'm doing the schedule analysis uploaded videos. The one coming out tomorrow will be Texas. And then, I don't know, you want to know the two after that? Let's see, I did Georgia and Florida. I've done Oklahoma. Tomorrow is Texas. After that will be Clemson and North Carolina. After that will be Ohio State and Michigan. And after that will be Southern Cal and Oregon. There you go. Don't tell anybody. That's top secret information. I don't usually tell people what I'm doing until I just upload it. Let it be a giant surprise. Everyone loves surprises, so don't tell anybody. Just the 86 of you that are in here. And only 26 of you have hit thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. It's a great way to support the channel, what I'm trying to do here. So go ahead and do that now. Hit the thumbs up. If you really want to support what I'm doing, hit the super chat icon down at the bottom of the chat section, or the PayPal link if you don't want YouTube to steal half your donation. PayPal is a good way to do it too. Support small business. Yeah, it's a good idea. It's something you should be doing on a regular basis. Anyway, how y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Not a whole lot of college football news today. You guys can call me up and tell me what you think the news is. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about today. College football related, of course. Some news real quick on next week's live schedule. It's spring break here and Masters Week here. Pete's out of town all next week, so there was already no Monday show. I thought about maybe getting somebody else to co-host the Monday show with me just for Monday, but then I said, you know what, forget it. I'm going to take a couple of days off altogether from live shows. So I won't be doing any live shows next Monday or next Tuesday. And then I don't have any live shows on Wednesday. So that'll give me a 3-day break on the live shows. I can get some videos uploaded for you on those days instead, maybe. But I'm going to take a 3-day break from the live show. So I'll be on tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for the morning show. But then no more live shows until the following Thursday. I'm going to take Monday and Tuesday off from the live shows. So there you go. That's that. And the phone call thing works a lot better if I also call in. So let me do that now. All right, we'll get to the phone calls.
You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
Thank you for your permission. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Yeah, hey Lou, it's Mike Vick.
Yeah, good morning, Vic. What's going on, buddy? We're ending the show right at 11, just to let you know. So,
Okay.
just a heads up.
Yeah. So anyway, Texas beat Ohio State in the Tartarian Playoffs championship.
Okay.
Yep, they just completely destroyed them. Ran all over them. So the final score ended up being 88-40.
What else is on your mind?
Also, I wanted to, Mama asked you this, but, I had, Mama, more about the, Deshaun Watson story, that I had heard, that he had, asked, one of his masseuses to, finger his butthole.
What, he wanted a prostate massage, didn't he? Oh, boy. No wonder Pete took a bunch of time off. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't
listen,
know.
can you
Deshaun
imagine?
Watson was so kinky.
Can you imagine Pigskin Pete having to sit around and defend butthole fingering for a week? No wonder he took vacation. I don't blame him. My God, Jesus Christ! I don't know what to think. You know what? I don't know what happened to who, or who did what to who, or who's making stuff up, or who's telling the truth. I've got no idea. But I will say this: 18 massage therapists signed a letter saying, we've all massaged Deshaun Watson and never had a problem. Okay. That is the problem. Okay. If you have 18 of just about anything, you have a problem. Who has 18 massage therapists? The guy's addicted to, he's either addicted to massages or he's addicted to masseuses. According to the lawsuit, he's addicted to masseuses. According to Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Watson is basically admitting, I'm addicted to massages. Okay, there's like 20-something women who have claimed they fingered his butthole, and then there's 18 other massage women who claim they didn't finger his butthole. That's about 40. This guy's got, opening day was in baseball today. How many people are on a Major League Baseball active roster? Do you know? 25.
Okay.
He has more massage therapists than a Major League Baseball team has active players. That's a problem. Wow. Again, I'm not saying he did anything or he didn't do anything. I've got no idea. But the guy's got 40-something massage therapists. That's not normal behavior. That's not normal. I haven't had 40 different people cut my hair in my entire life, much less 40 different massage therapists at the same time. Imagine having 40 different people rotate in and out cutting your yard. If you have 40 of anything, you have a problem.
Yeah.
40 different massage therapists. The guy's got a problem. I don't know what he did or didn't do, but he's clearly got an issue. Thank you for the call, VicTube. That was amazing. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Yo, Lou. Good morning. That is Dominic. What's good?
What's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. Honestly, I just wanted to get some college football out of the way for some spring practice for Alabama. So obviously, from what my buddy Christian Ballard has seen, he said that they're doing pretty well. Not a whole lot of their players have been injured, so things have turned out pretty well.
According to what Ballard has seen?
Yes.
Okay. He's at practice, you say?
I didn't say that.
Oh. Bama's practices are televised?
Yeah, he actually did a stream on the spring day practice the other day. I was there.
And he's seen it, is what I'm asking. Maybe you don't understand what I'm asking. I want to know how he's seen an Alabama practice. That's what I want to know.
It was televised in his area.
No, sir, stop it. Stop right there. Stop it. Spring practices are not televised. Media's not even allowed except for the first 5 minutes. They're not televised. Alabama ain't televising their practices. I promise. I don't know what he thinks he saw. He might have saw Pro Day. That's probably what he saw. He might have saw Alabama.
Oh yeah, Pro Day. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get it together there, buddy. Thank you for the call. You got to know what it is you want to talk about when you call in. That it just didn't make any sense at all. Your first mistake was watching a Ballard video and then trying to call in and tell me what Ballard said in the Ballard video. I just dropped. I just hung up on somebody on accident. Call back. You know who you are. I'll put you right on as soon as you call back in. I'm sorry about that. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Oh my gosh, I ain't seen nothing in Alabama practice. Lou,
No.
how you doing tonight?
You haven't seen you
No.
haven't seen an Alabama practice. I don't know
I
what that
have
guy's
read
calling. I don't know what that guy's confused about. He gets to watching Ballard videos and then calls me up to explain to me a Ballard video.
Dominic,
I don't know what's going on here.
here's the thing. Dominic is a really good dude. He's an Alabama fan. He's always showing up on my streams. I ain't seen it. I've read. Now, okay, I have seen some footage, but outside of that, they ain't televising anything. They
No.
put the footage on YouTube,
Who?
but that's about it.
Right.
That's it.
Well, wait a minute. Well, who is they? I mean, the media is only allowed for like the first
Alabama,
5 minutes of practice, and I don't. You're telling me that Alabama
There's
lets
Bama reporters.
lets Bama reporters out there with video cameras?
Yeah, they like.
Okay.
They talk about it and they show
anyway,
the footage,
what's
but
on
they
your
don't show
mind?
the whole
What's on your mind, Ballard?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean, it's spring football, man. It's spring football. I'm ready for some spring games. I'm just, I'm pumped up and I'm excited. And I just want to let you know that it was a tough loss for Bama basketball the other day. And we do have real fans in basketball, too.
Ballard, Bama lost and you slept like a baby. Okay?
I didn't.
You didn't miss a wink of sleep. Literally nothing changed from the day before they lost to the day after for you. Nothing. It didn't. Nothing changed, did it?
I mean, I'm still a fan. So I guess not. It was a great season.
It was.
What else are you going to say?
All right.
It was a great season.
Give me a list.
So proud
give
of
me
the
a
team.
list of football teams that had great seasons last year.
Bama did. Florida had a great season.
That's 2.
Ohio State had a great season.
3,
Clemson.
4.
Notre Dame had a pretty good one.
I said great.
Coastal Carolina,
We're
for
not.
their standards.
We're talking great. So far we're at 4.
Great.
Keep going.
BYU.
All right, 5. By the way, Florida
guess
lost
not
their last
Oklahoma.
3 games. I think BYU lost their last 2, but not Oklahoma. Okay, so we're still at 5. Let's keep it going. We got to get all the way to 16.
We won't make it, I don't think.
Well, then Bama didn't have a great season in basketball. They basically finished 16th, sir. They lost in the round of 16. Quit blowing
You can't-
smoke. Bama had a great season. My left foot. If Bama had a great season, then who finished 16th
Right.
in college football this year? This is what I'm saying. In football, everybody sucks but Bama. It's the national title winner and everyone else. Nothing else matters. But then y'all make the round of 16 in a tournament in basketball for the first time in your lifetime, and all of a sudden, 16th is a great season. This is what I'm talking about with you
don't
people.
know Jack Squat. Uncle Lou doesn't know Jack Squat about March Madness, man. You got to understand the setup. You got to understand they start out with like 100-something teams.
If by 100 and something you mean
And they keep it
64,
moving.
then yeah.
And you keep going. And you got to also take into consideration, what did they do before? What did they have the last couple seasons? Not a Sweet 16.
Ballard, then why don't we have to take any of that into account in football? Why is it only the team that wins is great and everyone else sucks in football, according to the Bama man? Why? Why is that? But then Bama comes in 16th in basketball and it's a great season. But whoever comes in 16th in football is terrible. Why? Why is that? I'm just asking, sir. I'm just asking. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. It's not a trick question. I really don't know.
Guess it depends on who. No, I get you. I mean, I guess it depends on who the team is in football. What did they do the year before?
Ballard,
did they have the same
why
head
are you
coach?
asking
Did that
me,
head coach
Ballard?
improve?
Ballard, I told you to name me the teams that had a great
I'm
season
giving
last year.
examples. I'm
You
not
named
asking you
5,
what,
sir.
nitwit.
You named 5. There's no other great teams last year based on how they did the year prior? There's only 5 teams that had great seasons in football?
Well, Georgia took a step back. Penn State sucked. I mean, what else you want me to say? There were quite a few teams that actually fell off and had a decline in last year.
You mean like North Carolina?
You're asking
You mean
me
like
those
you mean like North Carolina, Kentucky, and Kansas in basketball this year? Like that?
Yeah, I
Hey,
guess.
So you mean that happens in all sports every year? Mind blown. I'm asking you who the great teams were in football last year. You named 5 teams. Now I'm asking, how did Alabama have a great season in basketball then? I'm not saying listen, Alabama did have a great season in basketball. My point isn't that Alabama didn't have a great season in basketball. My point is that you people, and by you people, I mean you in particular, and Gumps in general, don't have that same energy when it comes to football.
It's
You
what we're looking for.
You
What we
claim
did
title
last year.
or everyone else sucks. But then you finish 16th in a different sport, and you have a different
football.
set of characteristics that you want to look at. Why? That's all I'm
It's
asking.
time or
Why?
bust. It's time or bust for football, son.
I'm not talking. Oh my God!
For
I'm not
basketball,
talking
that's
about your opinion of Bama winning a title or not. I'm talking about whatever random team finishes 8th in football, and you tell all those people they had a terrible year, that it's national title or it doesn't matter in football. But then you have a year in basketball. All right, Ballard. Look,
You
listen.
nitwit.
I can't draw a picture for you, Ballard. Your inability to comprehend basic points is honestly alarming. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Uncle Lou, Tiger Paul in the house.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, man?
Sorry y'all didn't have a great season last year in football.
I know we suck. You know, Bama's the only good team in football ever. I
Right.
don't know if you know this.
Yeah, I'm starting to figure that out.
I mean, yeah. So Bama's the only college,
That's it.
literally, that should compete in any sport, because every other team is just trash.
Right.
I mean, it could be women's soccer, it could be water polo, it could be lacrosse. It don't matter. Bama's on top always, right?
That's it. That's all that matters. Well, no.
That's all that matters.
Nothing matters except football until Alabama finishes 16th in basketball. Then basketball matters, and,
Right.
and finishing 16th is a great season all of a sudden.
I get you, man. At least keep it consistent, right? Like, as
Yeah.
a Clemson fan,
Listen,
I care about football.
Coastal
care
Carolina had a
about
great
football.
season in football. Did they win the national title? No.
Right. No.
More breaking news. Georgia had a great season in 2017.
Did they win the national title, Lou?
I mean, I got a whole list here. There's not just one team a year that's great, but according to the Bama man in football, that's the case. But then their basketball team
Apparently.
loses to an 11 seed because they can't make a free throw, and they choked in one of the most epic fashions ever. And all of a sudden, 16th is an amazing season.
I hear you. I mean, I consider Clemson's a great season just because we made the tournament, because we fucking suck at everything that comes to basketball.
Yeah, well, not as bad as Georgia.
But, I mean, well, you know, hey, look here. Like I say, as a Clemson fan, I care about football and football. So,
Yeah.
But so I know you had a caller mention it earlier about the whole Deshaun Watson thing, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on it in our call. But I did want to mention something, man. Like, something's just not right. Like I agree with your opinion, and I'm one of the biggest Clemson homers ever. And when this first came out, I'll be honest, I was like, bullshit. Like, when it was the first case, I was like, yeah, okay, like, whatever. But, you know, look. And then he's got 18 massage therapists, you know, that, like, sign affidavits saying he's never done anything. Like, bro, like, how in 1 year do you have that many massage therapists, you know? So I agree with your take. Something's not right. I don't know what the truth is, but hopefully we find out. You know, I don't know what else to say about it.
I mean, here's my thing. If he really just loves massages, and it's, you know, it's
Right.
it's like a you know, Tom Brady has different weird things that he does to try to prolong his career. I mean, athletes do all kinds of weird things. Maybe he's convinced that some sort of massage therapy that he's getting has the potential to prolong his career. If that's the case,
right? Yeah,
the guy makes what, 40?
Into that
what does he make? 20 million a year? Find the best massage therapist on earth.
40 million a year, damn
Okay,
near.
40 million.
I mean,
find the best massage therapist on earth. Pay them $1 million to live
Yeah,
with
and
you,
that's your massage
basically,
therapist.
just like
Right.
somebody would
Yeah,
hire
yeah.
a live-in maid or a live-in butler or whatever.
Exactly.
Hire but no,
Look,
this guy's got 40, 50, 60 massage therapists spread out all
Yeah,
over
and,
Kingdom Come. It
and here's
sounds
the-
weird.
And here's the thing that gets me, Lou. This is where I started asking questions, even as a Clemson fan. You know, like, why are you contacting? Like, look, I'm not the oldest person out there, but you're a professional athlete, literally making $39, $40 million a year, right?
Yeah.
And you're contacting massage therapists on Instagram.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah, that too.
are you
right? Yeah,
serious?
red flag. Yeah, red flag.
Like, bro,
there,
you're
too. Yeah.
basically, you're basically the CEO
Yeah.
of $1 billion franchise.
Right.
You're the face of $1 billion franchise, and you're contacting massage therapists on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Right.
Like, what is going on? Like, who is telling him that this is okay? Like, it's not. At best, I mean, it's reckless. Because if you're alone in a room with a woman and you're $1 million athlete, is that a good idea? No, it's never a good idea.
Right.
So just don't put yourself in the position. You know, if you're never in that position, then nobody can make a claim, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I land with that. I don't know what happened, just like you. None of us know what happened. Hopefully the truth comes out eventually, but
There's a
I just had to
saying
get that out about him.
There's a saying that you hear a lot. You hear it a lot of times associated with politics, but you hear it in other things too. You have to avoid both impropriety, which would be actually molesting massage therapists. That would be impropriety. You have to avoid impropriety and the appearance of impropriety. When you're any type of public figure, really, you have to avoid both impropriety and the appearance of impropriety. And if you are, like you said, messaging, are there, I don't know. I'm asking, are there professional
Lou,
licensed massage therapists who are advertising their services on Instagram? I think not.
Well, so let's think about this, Lou, and let's be honest with ourselves, right? People on Instagram are advertising what? Their bodies, right? So if you're going to find a massage therapist on Instagram, what is drawing you to that massage therapist? I mean, let's all be honest with each other. Their looks were drawing Deshaun Watson to these massage therapists. I mean, in a base level like that is a factual statement. There's no way you're going to tell me that he didn't choose massage therapists based off of their looks. Now, with that said, I'm not saying he did anything inappropriate with them because I don't freaking know. But at the same time, like, I mean, you gotta be smarter than that, man. Like, there's no way. And the thing that gets me is there's nothing that pops up in college. There's nothing that popped up in his high school career. And suddenly he becomes a millionaire. And now all these people, so, you know, that was my first thought when it all came out, is like, you're telling me all this went by and then this is the first red flag. It just doesn't, like, none of it makes sense. I don't know what happened. It's just such a confusing situation. I mean, it's just wild.
Yeah.
I
don't
even
think
know what to
anybody
say about
wanted to believe it in the beginning. Maybe there was some
no,
South
I don't think
Carolina
anyone
fans who pointed and laughed or something, but I mean, I've been a Deshaun Watson fan for a long time. I like Deshaun Watson who was at Clemson. I mean, I don't make it a secret. I like watching elite college football players, even if they play for somebody else. You know,
Right. I like
it's not like
Justin Fields
I
at
don't have
Ohio
it in.
State.
Even if everything he's saying is true,
Yeah.
that's still weird.
Yeah, no, it's still weird. At a minimum, he's got some sort of affinity, addiction, whatever you want to call it, towards massages and what that brings. Now, personally, in my life, I know it's going to sound weird to some people. I've never had a massage in my entire life. So I don't even know what happens in a massage.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely not the expert or anyone to be speaking on this. But yeah, like you say, there's some weird stuff there. First of all, it starts with the amount of massage therapists. Like, I know you're a professional athlete, but like, damn, dude, like, come on, bro. Like,
right. Like, I'm sure he likes a clean house.
Like you say, your favorite one.
He probably likes his house to be clean too. but you don't go out and hire
Right.
40 different maids, one this week, one next
Yeah.
week.
Does he have?
You find a great maid and you hire her, or him.
Yeah. Does he have
but-
457 maids? No.
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing. And back
crazy.
to the Instagram thing. And I've never had a massage either. I've told this story before, but 20 or so years ago, Mrs. Lou had a friend who was going through massage school to get her, I guess they're like to have to get a license or whatever. And part of getting
Yeah,
her
I think they do.
license, she had to do so many hours of like practice massages, basically. And I went
Right,
over.
yeah,
We went
okay.
over to their house one time, and she had the whole table and everything set up in her living room. And I laid on the massage table, and she basically practiced on me or whatever. That's the closest I've ever come to having any type of massage at all. So I'm no expert either. But
Right.
like you hear stories all the time. I was listening to Howard Stern earlier today. I think it was an old segment or something. They have the Howard 101 that plays Sternthology, where they play old segments. But anyway, they had a guy on there
Okay.
who was security. He was a security guy for a high-end escort service. And he wouldn't name any of the, he was like, you wouldn't believe who comes through here. Athletes, CEOs, actors,
Jesus.
you name it.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't name them all.
I mean, I believe
But
it.
like if you're
Wouldn't
Deshaun
surprise me.
Watson, can't you
Right.
go that route?
Can't you
Because
pay
like
for that,
those
right?
types of high-end
Right.
services are designed with anonymity in mind.
Yeah, they're
There's some
Right, they're not
protections
telling
built into
anybody.
place. You don't troll Instagram.
with enough money. They're not talking to anyone.
Right. You
Right.
don't troll Instagram for a rub and tug
Yeah.
when you're making $40 million
Yeah.
a year.
I mean, I just don't. And he could go to the club and literally have any woman he wants. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I'm sure she would
with the
give him a
amount of money
massage
that this
first.
man has,
Right.
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Buy
I
her a
mean,
bunch of drinks,
you
bring her
know, I
home.
don't-
Hey, give me a massage, and we'll go from there. That kind of thing. But no, this guy's
Right.
literally trolling Instagram. I mean, imagine Deshaun Watson laying in his
I
mansion
understand.
at night
But I mean,
in his bed with his cell phone in his hand, just scrolling through hashtag rub and tug on Instagram. I mean, that's what this guy was doing.
right when we look at it, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I feel, you know, a certain way about it as a Clemson fan. But you know, look no further than Tiger Woods. Look at the tumble he took.
Right.
You know, like we put so much in these athletes, and we put so much in these quote unquote celebrities, and you know, whatever you want to call them. But at the end of the day, like, we don't know these people.
Yeah.
We know what some people say about these people. We know what's public. But like, I mean, do you know your neighbor? You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff happens all the time.
Right.
Do you really ever know anybody? Like, you don't know these people. So I feel like we put these people too high. And that's kind of what this situation's done for me, especially as a Clemson fan. I'm just like, you know, I believed in Deshaun Watson. You know, he brought the first national championship in 30 years to Clemson, you know, blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blase, 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 you know, grew up in a humble beginnings, gives back to the community. He does everything right in public. But then this comes out. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we got to stop putting these people on a pedestal. We got to stop pretending like they're not human beings. We got to stop pretending like they don't make mistakes just like the rest of us. So that's where I kind of stand with that.
Excellent
But-
points, sir.
Yeah.
Excellent points.
I do got one other thing for you, Lou, before you let me go.
Yeah.
I know I'm going long.
That's all right.
I apologize. I know you're trying to end the show early.
You're allowed to go long.
but-
You called in on the Patreon hotline, so you go as long as you want.
Hey, I appreciate it, Lou. I
Yeah.
support the show year round. You know
I
what
know
I'm
you
saying?
do. Thank you.
Hey, so Justin Fields. Have you heard this story coming out about Justin Fields? Okay, so I don't know if you
He doesn't
listen to
have
the
a
show,
bunch of
but
he doesn't have a bunch
you-
of he doesn't have a bunch of massage therapists, does he?
No, he don't know Deshaun Watson apparently.
Okay.
He don't know how to get a hold of a massage therapist on Instagram. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
okay, good. No, I hadn't
Apparently,
heard.
you don't have the hashtag or something, whatever it's called. All right, so have you ever heard of the Pat McAfee Show?
Yeah.
Okay, the Pat McAfee Show on YouTube, right?
Hmm.
I think they stream on some radio channel or whatever, Sirius Radio, whatever it is. I was listening to a clip the other day, and Dan Orlovsky, he used to be a backup quarterback, a journey backup quarterback in the NFL for a long time.
Hmm.
And he said that he's got connections in the NFL that says, quote unquote, that Fields is a last man in, first man out kind of quarterback or kind of player. Have you heard that rumor, or have you heard that kind of information? And is that maybe like they were talking about it and they were like, is that maybe the reason that he's kind of fallen in the draft behind certain people that we didn't expect him to fall in the draft behind?
Yeah.
Or
I don't know.
Is that a strategic move by an NFL team?
You do hear a lot of
draft stock so they could get him.
You do hear a lot of misinformation coming out of NFL front offices.
Right, you can't believe anything, right?
To try to trick other teams into not drafting certain players or whatever. I haven't heard. I mean, that sounds like basically a work ethic issue. I've never heard that about Justin Fields. Some of the knocks I have heard on Justin Fields over the last couple of weeks has had to do a lot with his delivery. He's got a long, drawn out delivery. Like you hear NFL teams talk about a quick delivery all the time. He doesn't have a quick delivery.
he kind of drops the ball below his elbow and comes back up with it. Yeah.
The other thing about Fields though is that I was never convinced he was going to be the second or third or whatever quarterback taken.
Well, yeah, I know. And that's what I'm saying too is, he was kind of, him and Trevor Lawrence in high school kind of went back and forth. They're both from Georgia, blah, 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 blah. They both get talked about together. He goes to Georgia. Trevor Lawrence goes to Clemson, and that whole situation plays out. And, kind of Trevor Lawrence has been the, prima donna, whatever, ordained number one pick since he came out of high school, apparently, which I never believed in that. I think you have to prove yourself at each level. Although I think Trevor Lawrence is great, don't get me wrong. Obviously, he brought a national championship to Clemson. But with that said, it seemed like going into last year, Fields was the, number 2 pick, no doubt about it. And then he had a couple shaky games, and then the draft comes around this year, and, it's kind of, I don't know kind of what to think about that. I don't know, like, obviously, these people have ulterior motives for leaking any information whatsoever. So I just thought it was an interesting bit, and I don't know what to make of it. Obviously, none of us know Fields personally. So what the hell do we know about his work ethic, right?
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, particularly when you're comparing and contrasting Lawrence to Fields, Lawrence is a type of quarterback that has won Super Bowls in every single era of football. He was.
That's true.
If you created a quarterback in a lab in any decade, you would create Trevor Lawrence. 6'6".
Yeah, I mean,
can throw it 80 yards on his knees. Lou, can make every throw. He is elusive in the pocket. Now, he also happens to be really fast, so he has that advantage over some other all-time greats like Tom Brady or Joe Montana. And I'm not saying he'll be that.
Yeah.
You look at Justin Fields.
No, absolutely.
He's more of a Lamar Jackson, Robert Griffin III. Now, these guys can have great games, but those types of quarterbacks have never won consistently for long periods of time in the NFL. You had some that came close, some recent, and some a long time ago. Randall Cunningham was fun to watch when I was growing up. Mike Vick, before the dog incident, had some great years in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the most exciting player in football for
that dude
a
could
couple
literally
of years.
That dude could flick the ball like 70 yards, like on a rope.
And then
crazy.
You add to that the fact that you had Kyle Trask and Mac Jones basically break every SEC record known to man this past season, throwing the ball. Plus Trey Lance at North Dakota State and then Zach Wilson at BYU. The quarterback class became a lot deeper after this season than it looked like it was going to be heading into the season. Nobody thought Mac Jones or Kyle Trask, either one, was going to put up those kinds of numbers. And that's not a shot at Alabama or Florida. Alabama in particular has won a ton of national titles in the last 12 years. I mean, what Mac Jones was doing was absolutely unbelievable. So that probably has some to do with Fields sliding too, is other people just moving ahead of him. But there's some obvious concerns with Fields. I mean, anytime you have a runaround quarterback, there was some concerns with Kyler Murray. He's 5'8" or whatever he is, and the Cardinals rolled the dice, and that worked out. There was concerns with Robert Griffin
Yeah.
III. The Redskins rolled the dice. That didn't work out. Now, people forget that
Didn't work out,
RG3
right.
was basically the MVP of the NFL before he got hurt. He's single. I won a fantasy football league solely because of RG3 before the year he got hurt. The guy was unbelievable. He was throwing for 300
He was
yards and running
amazing.
for 100 in every single game he played and scoring 5 touchdowns combined.
Yeah.
It was unreal. But that's the
Yeah,
risk
he was
you take.
absolutely amazing.
I mean, any player can get hurt, but a runaround quarterback clearly is the most at-risk player in all of the NFL. And that I'm sure that's working against
Right.
Justin Fields. And his mechanics and delivery, we don't talk about that kind of stuff when we watch college football because, honestly, we don't care. I make this statement all the time. Florida Gator fan could care less that Tim Tebow can't complete a pass in the NFL. And they shouldn't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all.
How many-
Just like Alabama fans don't
Did he
care
win
that Greg McElroy is sitting in the SEC network instead of on an NFL roster somewhere. They don't care.
Right.
Why
Did-
should they care? They,
Yeah,
they
did
shouldn't.
Did they win a national title or not, right?
Right. Yeah. Tennessee man. He doesn't care that T. Martin couldn't complete a pass in the NFL, does he? No. Won a national title in college. So
Nope. Doesn't matter.
Justin Fields could be the biggest bust in NFL history, never complete a pass, get cut in the off before the season starts, whatever. That wouldn't change the fact that he was an elite college quarterback. It wouldn't change that at all.
Right. Absolutely. There's
Yeah.
a lot of elite college players, honestly, that don't make it in the NFL. They don't
Right.
translate for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're absolutely right. Absolutely. I mean, it's crazy. Speaking of Zach Wilson, though, by the way, Kyle Trask, Mac Jones types. I mean, those were not quarterbacks that were being talked about
No.
prior to last season, right?
I couldn't even have
You know what I'm
named
saying?
Zach Wilson before
So-
last season, and I know people. Are
I didn't
gonna,
even
you
know who Zach Wilson
you
was.
know,
Like,
I don't even watch a game, whatever. I watch a lot of college football. I had never heard of Zach Wilson
Right.
before this season.
So do I. I'm a religious college football watcher, and not just Clemson.
Yeah.
Like obviously I'm a huge Clemson fan. I'm obviously a homer, just like you're a Georgia homer. But I watch college football religiously. I follow the rosters. I watch I read all the articles. I listen to all the news, all that kind of stuff. So like, my question is like, who's going to be the quarterback that no one knows this offseason? No one's talking about this offseason that's going to emerge next season as, a first round pick,
Right.
such as the 3 I just listed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy that college football works that way, but it does every year. Every year we go in like, oh, we got this quarterback, and this quarterback. There's always like a few that just come out of nowhere that you're just like, where the hell did that dude come from? Like, I didn't even know he existed last year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And it used to be if you were an NFL guy and somebody had one good year in college, you were like, well, we can't draft them in the first round. They didn't show me enough or whatever. But now, shit, it seems like you can come in and have a couple of good games, and the NFL is like, okay, we'll take you. Come on,
Hey,
especially at quarterback
look no
position.
further than the Bears and Mitchell Trubisky, right?
Right. Yeah.
He played one season?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
got drafted first round
Yep.
above Deshaun Watson.
Yep. And now
I mean,
look. Yeah.
we're not going to talk about Deshaun Watson's improprieties right now. But,
Right. Yeah.
I mean, when you're comparing quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson's a much better quarterback than Mitchell Trubisky in the NFL.
I think Watson's
Let's
a
just
top
be
5
honest
quarterback,
there.
period. I don't think there's 5 quarterbacks
Absolutely.
better than Deshaun Watson.
Undeniable top 5 quarterback.
Yeah, I agree.
We're yet to be seen if he ruined his career
Yeah.
because of his, extracurricular activities. But,
Right.
we'll see.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
But-
Hey, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. I'm going to let you run, get to some of these other folks.
Hey, Lou.
You going to the game this weekend?
I honestly appreciate. What's that?
You going to the spring game this weekend, the Tater game?
I'm not. I'm actually. I'm up in New York.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
I was actually active duty military
That's
up in
right.
New York.
Yeah.
I'm
I
I'm
remember
medically
now.
retired now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, you're going to try to get to
but
that Syracuse game. I remember we
hopefully-
talked about this last time you called in. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
now,
yeah. Hopefully, I'm getting into that Syracuse game this weekend. And like I told you before, I'm trying to come down for the Clemson Georgia game because that's going to be
Oh,
a
yeah.
freaking epic game.
It's going to be a good
So
one.
hopefully, I see you and Pete down there.
Yeah.
As long as everything works out. And I really appreciate the show. I really appreciate you letting me take up so much time on your call-in show. I enjoy talking to you, and I'll see you next time, bro.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. Good to hear from you. All right. Let's see where we're at here. Golden Blue Dude, thank you for the super chat. He says, did you enjoy my April Fool's video I sent you? I hope you don't mind using you in making it convincing. Well, how did you send it to me? I haven't seen it. I don't. Did you email it or something? Or, I don't know. I'm not gonna. I can't look now. I'll check after the show though. I'm sure it's great. I just haven't had a chance to see it quite yet though. And two, also in addition to that as well. Good morning, you're on with Uncle Lou.
Hey, good morning, Uncle Lou. It's Dylan calling. How are you doing tonight?
Doing good, Dylan. What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. Hey, I got a question real quick. I was wondering if I could trash talk Lonzo 10209 or whatever you call that hurricane guy.
Yeah, you got 60 seconds. Go.
All right, that sounds good. All right, Alonzo, I know you're a Miami homer and all that, and
You big dummy.
Miami's been pretty bad. Miami's been a bad team for a long time, and they're extremely overrated and all this. So, hey, when y'all play Alabama week 1, I mean, this thing's going to be pretty ugly, man. I'm just going to tell you straightforward. I mean, this is probably going to be over at halftime. I mean, this is going to be out of the loop. I I know how tough Alabama is in the SEC. I mean, I love SEC footballness, and you're probably going to make some video on there about how Miami's going to win. It's going to be like the upset of the year. We're back and all this, but I'm going to tell you that Miami's garbage, and y'all are going down week 1. Have a good one, Alonzo.
All right, Dylan. Thanks for the call, buddy. Yeah, I doubt he'll ever come back from that one. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Yeah, so Deshaun Watson did not do these allegations. There's no way someone has 40 massage therapists. That's just ludicrous on itself. The real person that should be investigating is Gamble on his way to that.
You calling Deshaun Watson a liar? Are you calling Deshaun Watson a liar?
Yep. Deshaun Watson is not a liar. He did not commit anything.
Deshaun Watson said he has 40 massage therapists. You said there's no way he has 40 massage therapists. So, yes, you are calling Deshaun Watson a liar, right?
Basically, I don't believe that. That's impossible.
So you calling him a liar? That's what I'm asking. You're calling Deshaun Watson a liar. Okay, I got you.
And that claim, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he did it.
I don't know if he did it or not, but if he says he has 40 massage therapists, I believe him.
Okay. I never heard of that before, so.
Well, he presented a letter signed by 18 massage therapists that all claim Deshaun Watson was a perfect gentleman. Then there's a lawsuit. Then there's a lawsuit with 20-something massage therapists that say he assaulted them, and he says, I didn't assault them. They were all just massages. So 20-something plus 18 is what?
I'm not believing the 20-something. I just.
But Deshaun Watson is not denying that he got massages from those 20 women, sir. He is admitting the fact that you keep saying, I don't believe Deshaun Watson has 40 massage therapists, that's not in dispute. You're the only person that's disputing that. No one else is.
I didn't know he said it. I was saying I don't believe he sexually assaulted them.
Oh, well, you're free to believe either which way you want on that, but a guy comes out and says he has 40 massage therapists, I believe him.
I didn't know he said that. I just thought that was a tweet thrown out there. I didn't know he said that. I advocated or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Have a good morning.
Yeah, I'll do my best to. Thank you for the call. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Hey, Lou, it's Coy down here in Gainesville.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
First of all, when you open the show and it begins with Mike Vick talking about butthole fingering,
yes,
you know you're in for a great show.
Right.
So not every night you get that.
A special treat tonight.
Yeah. Hey, I caught I caught the morning show, and I thought Nate was amazing as usual. I
love
really
Nate.
enjoyed that.
Yeah, he's such a good guy.
And of course, Mike Vick followed him up with one of the best lines I've ever heard on your show. Was Mike Vick this morning? I think he said something like, yeah, not getting hit by a missile is a good thing." That's it's hard to beat that stuff. That guy had me in tears.
Yeah.
Hey, I think correct me if I'm wrong, last year at right about this time, was it not the time of year that Tennessee was beating its chest over a fantastic recruiting class?
Oh yeah, that's where this where is it? That's where this comes from right here. The 2020 quarantine recruiting champions of the galaxy. Yeah, they had like the 9th ranked class, and they were, oh my God, this is unbelievable. They didn't understand. They probably still don't understand. See, at this time last year, or actually it was around June, they already had like 23 recruits. You know, everybody else that finished in the top 10, that ended up finishing top 10, had like 4 at the time. And they didn't understand how recruiting worked, you know. They didn't understand that as the other teams signed more players, they were all going to pass Tennessee, and Tennessee had nowhere to go but down because they'd already maxed their class out. Yeah. But, oh, yeah, they spent all offseason bragging about it.
Yeah, and where did they finish last year? In this 15, 16, 17 category, somewhere along those lines?
Right. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. And I'm not, and I make that point to say this. First of all, Georgia's ranked like 2nd right now in the nation. So, you know, that's great. And we take that with a grain of salt because it's not the home stretch by any means. But I do want to point this out. Florida is down at like 23rd or 22nd, somewhere along those lines.
You talking about for 22?
And
for the next year's class, 22?
Right, for 22. Yes, sir. Yeah, for 22. And that, look, they could still wind up with a top 10 class. But I'm telling you, from everything, you know, I've got some friends in the athletic department, and they're just everybody's just got this attitude like, hey, we're really second guessing this hire, and most of it has to do with recruiting.
Yeah,
he's just not on fire for recruiting, and it's really starting to show.
Yeah, well, I mean,
the
Florida man can type till their fingers fall off in the comment section. I've been saying this about Dan Mullen forever because it's no secret. I mean, it's not like some kind of government. It's not the Heart Machine. I mean, you know, everyone knows Dan Mullen has a great offensive mind. He's not a great recruiter, and one of the reasons he's not a great recruiter is because he just doesn't enjoy. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like the recruiting. And in Florida, you can sit around with your thumb up your butt and finish 20th because there's so many recruits that want to go there and from that area and all that. But a coach that knows what he's doing at Florida should be top 5 or 6 without trying, really.
Yeah, there's no question. And there's some publication out there that kind of ranks facilities.
Yeah.
And I don't know for how many years now, we've heard local radio hosts here in Gainesville say, listen, it's all about facilities. We kind of lag behind. And when we get this new thing built, we'll be right up there, you know, top 2 or 3 every year. Well, whatever publication that is that ranks facilities had just come out, and they had Georgia and Florida ranked neck and neck, way down the list. And you look at how Georgia's recruiting with those same facilities that are supposedly just maybe a hair above Florida, if not dead even. Well, that kind of blew that whole thing out of the water. This whole defense of, well, we're behind on facilities. Once we do that, we'll be right up there. Well, you got ranked by whatever, I forgive me for not knowing the name of that publication, but they ranked Florida and Georgia right there together, and it kind of blew that whole thing out of the water. There's no excuse to haul in the recruiting classes that Mullins is hauling in.
Yeah,
there's no excuse for that.
And you can make the same point about Tennessee. If Florida finishes 10th or 11th in recruiting nationally, that's pretty good. And if Tennessee finishes 15th or 16th, especially considering how bad they've been the last 12 years, that's pretty good. The problem is, with Tennessee specifically, if you're finishing 15th nationally in recruiting, that's like 7th in the SEC because it's such a bloodbath of recruiting in the SEC. Yep. So you look around and you say 15th, that's not bad. Well, yeah, but that's 7th in the SEC, though. You know? I mean, so Tennessee is so far behind. And Florida at 10th is what, 5th? Because you got Georgia, Alabama, LSU, and probably Texas A&M finished ahead of them too, or whatever it was. So, you know, I don't know, but yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, finishing 15th in the country in the SEC gets you to the Music City Bowl. That's what it gets you. So that's nothing to beat your chest about. So
Golly, where
anyway,
is Tennessee?
just put yeah, well, that's true. But yeah, just putting that out there. I know you got other callers. I'll let you go, man.
All right, buddy. Thanks for the call.
See you.
I hope I skipped past Tennessee on accident, and they're really not this low. Hey, where the hell is the ball tard? No way they're lower than 100. I must have skipped past them. Can somebody tell me where they're at? Holy hell. This is the top 100 I'm looking at here. They're nowhere to be found. Did I skip past them? Load more. There is no more. Where the hell is Tennessee? I must have skipped past them. How am I skipping Tennessee every time? It's a giant, ugly-ass orange T. I'm looking at the logos. Where's that ugly-ass T? Are you telling me Tennessee is so bad at recruiting they don't even put them on the list anymore? Wait, can one of you recruiting people explain to me what the hell is going on? They're not even on the list. So they have no recruits? Oh my God. Tennessee is dead. A dead program. If Tennessee was a dog, the only kind thing to do would be to shoot it in the back of the head. Good morning, you're on with Uncle Lou.
Hey, Lou. I had a question, well, an opinion, really, that we saw it last year when LSU had a super squad, and then the following year they pretty much suck.
Right.
I'm looking at this these classes right now, and Florida and Alabama both had super squads, and I don't think they're going to take a tremendous downhill like LSU did.
Well, Florida might, not Alabama. Florida could. I mean, Florida has a history of 4-win seasons, and it's not like you have to go back 50 years to find it. I mean, they've got 2 4-win seasons in the last 10 years. So it wouldn't be the first time this happened to Florida, and Florida lost their entire offense. Now, Alabama lost a lot on offense too, but Alabama has 13 straight top 2 recruiting classes to fall back on. Florida doesn't. And Emory Jones is terrible at quarterback. So you look at Florida last year, won the East, best season they've had in a long time. And, they could, I don't think they'll win 4 games, but they could go 8-4 or something. Bama, I think, will be fine.
Yeah, I think it will, again, like most years, it would come down to a SEC championship to decide who goes to the playoffs, like how it is every year. And I do think they should integrate a... What'd you say?
I said that's a pretty safe bet that the winner of the SEC championship game will make the playoffs.
Yeah. I do think they should fix the playoffs.
What's wrong with them?
Because, well, there's just every single year we keep seeing the same teams make it in every single year. And we wanted the whole point of changing it from the BCS system to the playoff system was so we could see some difference. So we could see
that wasn't the point at all. The point isn't to put different teams into the playoffs every year. The point is to put the best teams in the playoffs every year.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Did you watch the playoff games last year?
Yes, I did. Were
they close games?
No.
What about the year before that? Were they close?
The Ohio State Clemson game
was.
Yeah.
All right. And then the year before that, were the playoff games close? No, neither one of them were. In 2017, were the playoff games close? One of them was. In 2016, were they close? No. In 2015, no. 2014, no. 2013, no. Ballard. Why is Ballard calling my cell phone? So expanding the playoffs just means more blowouts. That's all. Instead of the number 1 seed beating the number 4 seed by 30 points, we'll get to see the number 1 seed beat the 8 seed by 50 points. I don't know how many people want to see that. If you're tired, if there's a team out there somewhere that's tired of seeing the same teams in the playoffs, then maybe they should get better. The idea that we have to expand the playoffs to get different teams, that just means, well, we don't need teams to get any better. We just need to let more teams in. I disagree. Now, we're still going to more teams anyway. We're going to an 8-team playoff in 2023 anyway, so the conversation is pointless. Doesn't matter what I believe, but all that's going to accomplish is more blowouts. Thank you for the call. Ballard, can you explain to me why you're calling my cell phone while I'm doing a show? And you know I'm doing a show because you called it. You called in an hour ago, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Hey, what's going on, man? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning in that.
Hey, so I got an update for you, and I got a question.
Okay.
So, update on the electric kazoo costs. I figured that out.
Oh.
I'm buying an electric kazoo.
Okay.
You can get them for $34.
That seems kind of high, but okay.
Dude, yeah, it's called like the Humbucker Kazoo, electric kazoo, $34, Amazon.
Okay.
And then a question, so that Cincy guy that played Georgia, do you think he could be a dark horse in the Heisman race?
The Cincy guy that played Georgia?
Yeah, in the Peach Bowl.
When you say Cincy guy, talking about the quarterback? Oh, Heisman?
Yeah.
No, I don't think Heisman. No, but Cincinnati's going to be really good again. Cincinnati was carried by the defense last year. But they get a lot back on offense. I think Cincinnati's offense will actually be better. But Cincinnati was carried by its defense a lot of the year last year. They had a great defense.
Yeah, they had a really good year, but according to the Bama guys, that wasn't shit because it's not Alabama. So
no, it was a terrible year because there's only 2 types of years: national title years and terrible years. That's it, according to the Bama man. Except for in basketball, and then 16 teams have great years. You make an excellent point. Thank you for the call, sir. Trying to move through these last calls here. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Hey, Lou. It's Nate the Great.
Hey, Nate. What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. Just want to call in. Maybe talk about my bowling update since I haven't been updating for a while.
Yeah.
But,
give it to us.
I had my highest score was 133, but so on Tuesday I had to make up. We had to make up a game because we like last Thursday we didn't go bowling because we missed it, but that's all right. But Tuesday we made up, and my high score was 196.
196.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And yep, I was like, wow, I got a lot of strikes there. And I even passed the turkey. Yeah. Chat wanted me to update the bowling update like during the morning show, so I gave it here in the night show. So
yeah, I've been curious about that. So I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you calling in with the update. Gonna have to let you run, Nate, because I'm running over time and I got a couple more calls to get through.
I gotcha.
But it was good to hear from you, and thanks for coming on the show this morning too. We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you next time. All right. Let's see what we got. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Yes. Hello.
Yes.
Yes. This is Matt from Arkansas, and I just wanted to say really quick that it's like I can't get away from Chad Morris. We had those 2 terrible years that culminated in Western Kentucky beating Arkansas with the quarterback that Morris had cut loose from Arkansas.
Right.
And man, he has just moved up the road in Allen, Texas. He's the high school coach there, and I live in Plano. 2 or 3 minutes away.
That's funny. I mentioned that this morning.
Cheers, Uncle Lou.
I happened to see the headline on ESPN this morning that Chad Morris had been hired by a Texas high school. So we had a little bit of fun with that this morning. But good luck to your Razorbacks this year, though, except for when they travel to Athens. Of course, you're going to have to catch a beating there. But Arkansas should be trying to make a bowl game this year. I truly believe that they gotta have a good run through the non-con schedule. And they got to win, probably 2 or 3 SEC games. I think they can do it, though. Arkansas's goal right now should be to get to a bowl. I think that would be a great job for Sam Pittman in year 2. Thank you for the call, sir. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Hi, I'm wondering what's your opinion on the end of these neutral site games. I'm looking at the schedule for Georgia right now, and they're playing. You hate them?
Yeah,
I think it would be much better for like Clemson and Georgia this year to play at Clemson, and then next year to play at Athens.
Yeah, I mean, we do have some home and home series scheduled with Clemson in addition to these kickoff classics that are being played on neutral sites. So we do have some home and home scheduled with them. But in general, I have a weird idea. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't know. But I have this weird idea that college football games should be played on college campuses. I know that sounds crazy to say, but I truly believe that, except for bowl games, because I look at that as a free vacation for players as a reward at the end of the season. So I have no problem with the Sugar Bowl and the Rose Bowl and even the Red Box Bowl or the Potato Bowl, whatever. Make as many bowls as you want and let these teams go and have fun somewhere for a week. I've got no problem with that. But Georgia playing Florida and Jacksonville is ridiculous. Texas and Oklahoma playing every year in Dallas at a carnival is ridiculous. 4 or 5. It used to be 1. We would have 1 game, week 1, usually on Labor Day, Monday night, that I was at a neutral field. And then like everything else, whatever you have is never enough. We had no playoffs at all, so we needed the BCS. Well, so that gave us 2 teams. Well, that was no good, so 4 was the answer. Well, now we have 4, and it's terrible. Now we need 8. Once we have 8, it won't be fair to the 9th place team, and we'll need 16. And these neutral site games are the same. They had 1. People watched it. Now there's 5 or 6 of them. I don't like them at all.
Thanks.
All right, buddy. Thank you for the call. Yeah, I appreciate you calling in. I don't like the neutral site games. I don't. But most of them aren't going to change. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Lou, what's your favorite finger?
My favorite finger?
Finger.
This one.
What is this one?
Well, you have to open your eyes and watch the video back. You'll figure it out.
Why does Georgia suck at football?
Define suck.
They can't beat Florida.
They've beat them 3 of the last 4 years. Potato.
Didn't
we beat you 3 of the last 4 years. No, you didn't. Yeah, we did. We beat you 3 of the last 4 years. We own the all-time series. What do you mean? Why can't we beat Florida? I mean, that might be the dumbest question I've ever heard. Did you just wake up 5 minutes ago?
Florida won the East.
Yes, Florida won the East, and then got destroyed in the SEC title game. They haven't even won their conference in 13 years. I mean, that's pitiful.
Florida will be national champions next year.
No, sir. I don't know what type of troll attempt this is, but it's low level, buddy. It's not even enough to make me mad. This is pitiful. Literally, you don't even believe that. No one believes that. You don't even believe it. What a way to end the show. Probably the worst troll call I've gotten in the last year and a half. That was absolutely abysmal. That was absolutely terrible. In fact, the normal Florida trolls in the comments section should feel ashamed and honestly guilty by association. That was the worst troll call I have received in at least a year and a half. No effort, sleepy, low energy, didn't make any sense, and you broke the cardinal rule of trolling. There has to be at least some element of truth to what you're saying for a troll attempt to have any chance at all. My God, you would get laughed off of a Minecraft channel with that level of trolling. That was horrible. Dylan, thank you for the super chat. He says they play Todd Rundgren at Packers Stadium. What? They play Todd Rundgren at Packers games. I don't know what the hell that means. I've got no idea. I honestly don't have a clue. They play Todd Rundgren at Packers games. Okay, I don't know who Todd Rundgren is. I've never been to a Packers game, so even if I did know who Todd Rundgren was, I would have no way of knowing that they play Todd Rundgren at a Packers game. Stephen Smith, thank you for the super chat. He says, what are your thoughts on Iowa State outperforming their recruiting ranking in the past 3 years compared to how Texas underperformed their recruiting ranking in the last 3 years? Iowa State is probably... Iowa State probably has overachieved their talent the most over the last 2 years, and Texas and Florida State, Florida State is the team that has underachieved their talent the most in that same period. Texas has underperformed too, but not on the level of a Florida State. Thank you, King Ryan. I appreciate that. It says, great show, Lou. Thank you. Appreciate that. I am going to end the show. I'll be back on at 8 in the morning for the morning show. Ballard's coming on to read the news. So that should be interesting in a variety of ways and for obvious reasons, too. So make sure you check that out. That'll be amazing. Appreciate everybody that called in tonight. Without callers, I can't do a call-in show. So I know some of you call in and I give you a hard time. It's all part of the show. You know what to expect when you call in here. At least you should. Big shout out to everybody that tuned in. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. 79 of you. I appreciate that. That's a good number. Shout out to everybody that supported the show tonight through the super chat. That's what keeps these live shows going. And honestly, that's what keeps food on the plate around here too. So yeah, it's hard for a brother out here in the off season. So I really appreciate you guys choosing to support the show with your wallet, because there's literally a million different places you could spend your money. The fact that for some reason you choose to spend some of it here really is humbling, and I don't thank you enough. So thank you to all of you that did that. Clint Eastwood, thank you, sir. He says, I love the conspiracy theory stuff on the morning show. You know, I got to give credit to VicTube for that. That was all his idea. And I wasn't sure how it would work. I told him he could do it for a couple of weeks and we'd see how it goes. And I've enjoyed it too. So, and most of the feedback I've got about it has been positive. So we're going to keep that going every Thursday morning on the morning show, having Mike Vick call in with his Luanon segment or whatever, where he talks about conspiracy theories. We're going to let him keep going with that until he runs out of conspiracy theories, I guess. So that's that. That's that. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you in the morning at 8 a.m. King Ryan, thank you again. He says, who was that Florida troll caller? I don't know, some anonymous 8-year-old. They would never in a million years reveal their identity, mostly because they're giant pussies. Also, their parents have told them they'll get grounded if they ever give out any information on the internet. But I'll see you guys in the morning. Until then, have a good morning.